Great, guys. So now the session is going to be
Perfect.
recorded. We'll have this available to you guys after the webinar is over as a replay. We have three awesome founders over here from Scalenut. So we'll just do a quick introduction before we dive in further. Also, at the same time, guys, it's Saurav's birthday today. This wasn't planned, right? So if you all of you can just take a moment and wish him a happy birthday, I think that would be fantastic.
Happy birthday, Saurabh. I want to see that in the comments down there. It's his birthday. We are doing webinar. It's going to be an insane webinar, guys. Happy one. Happy birthday. We're getting so many comments here. Awesome. Insane.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Sweet 16. Thanks, Dad.
You wish, Saurabh.
Dad, wait for a secret on your email.
It's all in the mind. Yeah.
All right. So to begin with, we have Mang. If you can just take a couple of minutes to introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. So thanks, Sudhir. Thanks, Manang. Thanks, everyone who is there. Really excited for this. I'm Mayank, one of the co-founders at Scalenut. Over last 12 to 13 years, I spent a lot of time building. So I spent a lot of time in different industries, right? Like whether it is FMCG, e-commerce, startups. There like a lot of things which I've done. And towards the end of last year, early this year, we were like, we want to bring something exciting for the folks, and we started building first vertical of Scalenut, where we started marketplace, and then we have now launched this tool, which we are very excited about, and thanks to the entire PitchGround team as well, and super excited, and looking forward to having everybody here answering whatever questions they may have, and also taking you through the entire webinar. Super excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mayank, for that quick introduction. By the way, John is calling all the Scalenut users as Scalenutties. Actually, that's a good name.
Actually, we have been looking for one.
Scalenutties is a good one. I like that, actually.
Nutties who scale, like.
No, I don't.
Man, I like the one where they say, "Are you nuts? Are you still nuts?"
Oh God.
I think we're really enjoying the memes around our name.
Awesome, guys. All right. So, Saurabh, over to you. If you can just take a couple of minutes to introduce yourself, that would be great.
Hey guys,
Tell your age as well.
Yeah. Make sure to tell
What
your
did you say, Gaurav?
Please tell your age as well.
Okay. So, okay, hi guys. My name is Saurabh. Roughly about 13 years into the product side of things. Been building products primarily for the last 7-8 years. Started Scalenut last year with a vision to simplify content creation and make it as effortless as possible.
Awesome.
Webinar. This is really special, and I might not be as active. I am enjoying my beer. It's my birthday. Thank you so much for all the wishes. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thanks, Gaurav. Have a great time. So guys, I'm Gaurav, one of the co-founders. We started sometime last year. All three of us came together. Before that, my journey has been pretty cliched. I did engineering, worked with a company called ITC for a few years. In fact, it's an interesting journey. Mayank and I joined ITC exactly on the same day, and that's how we know each other. And Saurabh and I studied in the same school 20 years before. So that's how, all three of us are very, very closely knit and know each other from upwards of 15 years. But about me, work with ITC, work with consulting, quickly realized consulting is not my cup of tea, then joined startups, built various businesses in a couple of companies before starting out last year. Super excited to be here. I think first webinar for Scalenut, so we're very, very excited to meet you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gaurav and Saurabh, for that quick introduction. Saurabh, you're going to be around?
Yeah, I'll be hopping on, hopping off.
Awesome, guys. So Just to begin with, what we're going to do first is start with our second giveaway before we give on the mic to Gaurav. The first person to type in. Okay, Mayank, pick a word.
Scalenut. Like...
Okay, let's see who types in. I think who types in. Oh my God, it's going crazy.
Oh God, it's
I think
Abhishek.
People kind of figured out that you're gonna say Scalenut. Oh my God.
But since we announced it already, we have to give it away. So I want to choose Abhishek because he's the first person who just typed in Scalenut.
Who?
Abhishek.
Abhishek, you're a smart fellow. You're going to steal that code, Abhishek. Make sure that you send us your email and we will credit your Scalenut code in your PitchGround account. And this should be credited by the end of the webinar. So we should be able to get started with Scalenut right away. Guys, again, we're going to have multiple giveaways throughout the webinar. If you blink, you lose. Remember, stay active. Gaurav, are you ready with the presentation? Gaurav?
Yeah, I think my internet was breaking.
Okay. Guys, make sure that you ask all your questions, whatever questions you have in the Q&A section only and not in the chat, because this will help us to ensure that every single of your questions are being answered. So please use the Q&A section. This will help us to keep everything very organized. Gaurav, over to you if you can share your screen, and it's all yours.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Great. Again, thanks everyone for joining in. I'm going to talk about how we can scale our blog using Scalenut's SEO optimized AI writing. First, I'll take some time to talk about Scalenut. We launched in November 2020 last year, less than a year. Our journey has been such that we started with marketplace for content services. So content services like writing blogs, writing ebooks, white papers, social media, copies, and so on. During the journey, we figured out that ranking on Google does not just require keyword research, but in-depth research to understand, what goes behind Google algorithms, right? And that's how we started figuring out that how Google uses knowledge map, and hence we should build an interesting tool around it, which can be very, very useful to everyone. So that's how we came up with this idea after servicing close to 250 clients across 30 countries. Is when we figured out that this is something which we should build for everyone. We've just spent 3.5 months on building this tool, and you all know, this got launched on 15th of September last week. Our goal is to create an AI-enabled seamless workflow for SEO writing, right? So today we just help in content research and content writing, but going forward, we want to cover the whole gamut of things before and after this. So before, let's say, keyword research, or after, let's say, publishing, plagiarism check, and so on, right? Analytics as well. So that's what we want to do at Scalenut. I think all of us have introduced ourselves, so might just skip this. Great. I'll quickly jump onto the topic. I think a lot of you would be just still wondering, is blogging still worth it? Does it work? The short answer is yes. And I'll tell you why, right? How are content marketers thinking this, right? They are thinking that 89% of them use blog post in their content creation strategy in 2020, which definitely means that it works, and it is there to stay for some time. The number of blogs being published is rising every single day at a massive pace, massive acceleration there, right? Again, another fact from SEMrush is that 86% companies produce blog content compared to other formats. Now, this is what marketers actually do. As far as return from investment or leads is concerned, marketers who prioritize blogging received 13x more ROI. HubSpot says this, and Demand Metrics says that companies who produce blogs have average of 67% more monthly leads than those who don't. So the short answer is yes, blogging works. Let's move on to how do we actually create a blog uh, that ranks at a much faster pace, right? So in if I were to say what are the key steps involved in writing a blog, it's keyword selection, preparing the right content outline, then writing the actual content, the blog, which can be an amalgamation of human and AI writing, and then optimizing this content for SEO. Okay. Great. Let's move to keyword selection, right? The first step is keyword selection. You have to basically keep track of 3 specific things before getting onto a keyword which you should write for, right? One is keyword volume, B is user intent, and C is written content the preferred content for this keyword, right? Keyword volume is very straightforward, right? Is there an audience for your keyword? Which means even if you write, is someone going to see it or not, right? So it has to have enough volume for you to sort of write a blog around. User intent, for example, some keywords have mixed user intent. So even if you write about a specific topic, the user is not clear as to what he she wants in that specific content, hence your content gets lost. I'll touch base more on B in some time. And the C is written content preferred. So for example, for some of the keywords, a written content may not be preferred, but more preferred content is videos or infographics. I'll move to keyword volume. Great. So this is, you can use Google Console or for that matter, SEMrush for keyword research. As an example, let's say I'm a company which produces green tea, right? And green tea has a very high volume, but is that the right keyword for me? Yes, it has the highest volume, but is this the right keyword for me? Because it's very broad, right? But if I get to a more sort of a scoped keyword, which is green tea benefits, which specifically talks about benefits, which has decent volume, only 30% lower than the main keyword. Let's see which one of them gets better, right? The way to see it is the user intent, right? I'll move to Google and search green tea. Let's see what people are searching for as far as green tea is concerned, right? People are looking to buy green tea. Okay, this is an ad, so we can just let it be. Again, people are looking to buy green tea. People are looking to read about benefits of green tea. People want to understand recipes for green tea. Yeah, so if you see the user intent is pretty much mixed here, right? The user intent is not very clear. So there are different set of users who are coming when they want to search green tea. Some of them want to buy green tea. Some of them want to read about green tea benefits, and some of them want to understand about green tea recipes, right? In the contrast, let's see what green tea benefits has, right? Okay, so first is benefits of green tea. Benefits. Green tea good for you. Benefits. Awesome. Bang on, right? There is absolutely no confusion on this keyword, right? The user intent is to read about green tea benefits. It is 101% clear, right? So when rather than writing about uh, green tea where the user intent is not very clear, I'll rather select green tea benefits where user intent is bang on clear, right? Volume is only 30% low. So that answers the second point around user content, right? Guys, do you want us to build keyword research before you hit a keyword in our SEO assistant? If yes, uh, just write research in the chat.
Oh wow, there is like clearly like we need to build this up, man. And
Okay,
we have been
that's
anticipating.
awesome. I mean, that's very helpful for us.
Thanks everyone. Yeah, super helpful.
Okay, great. So I'll just quickly see, right? So we talked about keyword volume. It has to have a high volume. Uh, so here is the poll which happened. Are you guys able to see my screen where the poll is shown?
Oh no.
No, the poll just ended.
Oh, wait, it's only popping up on my screen, then it's fine. Cool. So we talked about keyword volume, right? It has to have significant volume. We talked about user intent, which has to be super clear. In this case, green tea benefits has super high user intent about people wanting to read about just the benefits, right? And the third is the type of content, right? Here's another example between just two examples, right? How to ride a bicycle and content marketing guide. Again, just going to Google, how to ride a bicycle. Cool. So people are looking to see videos as far as how to ride a bicycle is concerned, right? Again, the videos is the preferred uh, kind of content here. So even if you and then the images, right? And some content, but there also, if you see the user intent is pretty much mixed. So clearly, right, I would not want to write about how to ride a bicycle. I would rather want to create a video about how to ride a bicycle, and hence it's not a good topic for a blog. Let's see another one in contrast, which is content marketing guide, right? Ultimate guide made simple. Uh, yeah, here the user intent is super clear, that they want to read about content marketing guide and rather not want to see infographics or not want to see videos around it, right? So keeping these 3 points in mind, right, the right keyword volume, uh, good keyword volume, I would say, with the right user intent, no mixed intents, please, there. And third is that writing has to be the uh, preferred content for that specific keyword. Once you are through, uh, you should be you would have sort of cleared the first hurdle, which is keyword selection. So i'm a I'm a company which produces green tea. So for me, green tea benefits is sort of a preferred keyword at this point, let's say, to start with. Second is content outline, right? Believe me, guys, content outline is heart and soul of the writing process, right? If you get this right, believe me, half of your worries are over, and there is a super high likelihood that you will end up building a very very good piece of content, right? Now, what all should content outline has, right? Have uh, it should have relevant questions which people are asking on social platforms. So let's say people are asking questions on Google, people are asking questions on uh, Quora, Reddit, and a few other platforms, right? We should cover that, right? Let's take an example, right? I'm just going to keep taking the same example throughout so that So for example, if you write about the questions which Google is showing here, people also ask, right? There's a very high likelihood that your article comes here organically, irrespective whether it's in the top 10 or not. But there is a very high likelihood that if you answer what happens if I drink green tea every day in a very nice and lucid manner, you might just come here, right? Similarly, if you include questions about Reddit, questions from Reddit and Quora, you might as well capture the user content intent that uh, people want to read about this topic, people want to know about this topic, and you are covering it in your content. The second piece is sorry guys, I'm just a bit under the weather. In India, the season is kind of changing, so pardon me for that. Okay, the second piece is competition subheadings, right? So have a look at them, competition subheadings, and cover the most relevant ones, right? And the third is NLP terms. You must include NLP terms. NLP terms help you make your article comprehensive, and believe me, guys, comprehensive articles rank. Give me some more time, I'll show you a very solid proof around it. Having said that, if you move to our uh, editor, right? Uh, oops. Yeah. So if you see, that's how we have built the right pane here, right? It has questions, AI generated questions, Quora questions, Reddit questions, and questions frequently asked on Google's, right? Google. Uh, if you if you include some of these in your uh, article, then you are basically capturing the user intent of what they want to get answered. Similarly, if you see competition, you can see the competition outline here, right? And keep using them. You can also paste an outline if you want directly, right? And here the NLP terms, right? You can also see how an NLP term is being used. But let's say catechin is a complicated word. You don't know the reference of its usage. Then you can see how it is being used in top ranking articles. Here's the rank of the article, and this is how it used. And this is how catechin is used in the headings. Uh, so yeah, so that's about the outline of building the outline of your article. Uh, the point number 2. And the third point is, now after you have built a brief, how to sort of generate a very, very powerful content, both by using AI and human touch. Uh, Guys, don't just rely on AI completely to write an article for you. What you should do is primarily guide AI in the right direction, so that it does not it does not go off way and keeps writing about the topic that you would want to. Uh, we have kept output slightly shorter. You can always press command K again and again to keep it again, generate again and again, but relatively shorter output helps you to helps AI to ensure that you do not go off board, right? uh, so these are basically the tools that we have here, right, with AI. This can be used to just continue the writing. Let's say you have already a paragraph, you want to just move on, keep on writing that paragraph, so use write with AI. These are basically conjunctions. Let's say you want to add on to your already written piece, so you can use in addition, additionally. If you want to contrast, then you can use however, but, sequence, condition, result, summary, and so on, right? Uh, Third is AI operators. Here, already written content, you can write questions about it, topics, outline, you can summarize it, or you can conclude the content as well. Then we have templates for very, very specific use cases. You can use templates. These are predefined ones, meta description. You can start with introduction. You can end your article with a conclusion paragraph. You can expand a heading, simplify a sentence in case you feel it's sort of a little complicated, or answer a question, right? We also have a selection toolbar. Let me just show you. When you select a text, it shows you, drops down a selection toolbar, right? It writes about this content, find topics for this content, create questions of the content that you have selected. And the last is rewrite with AI, which basically what it does is it erases the recently generated content by AI, and then it rewrites it again, right? In case you don't like the content by AI, you can just use it, right? So this is about writing powerful content through AI. We'll write a complete blog in the end, post this, but that's how you can use AI to generate powerful content with obviously a bit of human touch. Yeah. Now the last part of this is SEO content optimization, right? How does it work? Is it worth the hype? I think SEO or content optimization is in the market for some time, but the most important question, which I keep hearing from a lot of folks is it worth it? Is it worth the hype? What do you guys feel? Just drop me a chat and uh, tell me what do you guys feel. Is it worth the hype, or just say yes, it works, or just say no if you guys are not clear. Okay. uh, I'll spend some time to sort of spend time here, right? To tell how it works, right? uh, what Google does is, guys, Google makes a knowledge graph, which means it makes a network of all the related concepts, right? And stores it in a knowledge graph. When a certain topics it is talked about, uh, it has a knowledge graph for that topic, which means all the related topics related to that main topic are there in that knowledge graph. Uh, when you write an article for a specific topic, Google sees, hey, are the related knowledge graph article topics there in this topic, there in this article or not, right? Which are basically NLP terms, right? What we do is, to get those NLP terms are basically that related topics in Google's knowledge graph. What we do is we scrape top 30 articles, run them through natural language processing algorithms. We use industry leaders and our own IP there to figure out the NLP terms, right? So the more usage of those NLP terms in your article, Google understands it as comprehensive, because out of its knowledge graph, let's say, X of them are being used. So Google understands it is comprehensive, and hence, uh, it gets preference in the Google ranks. However, if the NLP terms are not being used, then Google figures out that, hey, out of a knowledge graph, only a few terms are being used, which means I'm not sure whether this article is actually comprehensive or not, and hence uh, there is a less chance of ranking. Uh, we also, ran a regression over a long, over a large data set. Uh, you guys have been producing reports. We use that report to sort of run a regression over a large data set between comprehensiveness of the article, which is basically your content grade, and then the Google ranks, right? It clearly shows a correlation that higher the more comprehensive the article, higher the Google rank, right? Uh, lesser comprehensive article has a lower Google rank. Believe me, guys, this is worth the hype, and this works, right? This is we have built this using your report data itself, and it kind of works. So that with that in head, you know, let's see how we should actually go on in optimizing, right? I think one most important thing is this only works if the quality of NLP terms is bang on, right? If your NLP terms quality is not as great, which is basically it does not get into level 2 or level 3 of the topic, then Google will not be able to figure out whether the article is, Google will not be thinking about whether this article is actually comprehensive, right? So let me take an example of the same one, right? Green tea benefits, right? See the kind of depth it has, right? This word you will not find in related Google keywords, right? Google related keywords, catechin, caffeine, for that matter, polyphenols, EGCG. You might as well feel like, what the hell, polyphenols? But see how polyphenols is being used, right? Tea is rich in polyphenols. It contains the most antioxidants and beneficial polyphenols, right? So now Google understands when you use words like polyphenols, ECG, EGCG, catechin, etc., that hey, this article actually understands green tea benefits very, very well, and hence it is worthy of ranking compared to articles which do not understand this topic in a comprehensive manner, right? So yeah, this works, and this graph is actually a testimony of the fact that it actually works. Cool. With that, we have three things in a writer, which is content grade. Again, this is usage of NLP terms and how comprehensive is your article. This is word count, suggested word count, and your word count right now. And this is readability, right? The tougher the article is, the higher is the readability. So it's kind of fourth grader students, then mid-school students, high school students, college students, and then university students, that kind of a thing. So try to maintain readability where which is suggested. If you are able to take care of all these three things, then your content is kind of optimized, and there is a very high chance that you will rank. Cool. Okay, let's move to writing a blog. Let's see the same topic. Let's start.
Gaurav, before we get started, guys, if you anyone happen to have any questions, please start dropping them in the Q&A section. We'll be going through all of the questions at the end. Before we dive in, guys, do you want us to show the entire prog demo and write the article from scratch? Do you guys want that? Just type in your yes, and we'll write a complete article right in front of you and show you how you can do it, how you can scale. This is so very, very important, because what we have been seeing lately around is very often, while AI editors and AI writers are fantastic, the challenge is where to begin, how to begin, where to start, right? That is one question that we have seen constantly popping up, because you cannot just write 2 words and expect AI to understand what you really want to write about, right? You have to feed some data to the AI to help them analyze, and then we go ahead. So what we're going to do is, since everyone is really excited, what we're going to do is we're going to write an article right from scratch. We'll aim for about 1,000 to 1,500 word, because 1,500 word has become like a typical norm in the industry right now. So we'll aim for a good 1,500 word article with a good introduction and listicles, right? That's the best way to really go forward. So we're going to start with that. And again, guys, this will be from scratch. So you can apply this with any niche, any keywords, it doesn't matter. Just follow the steps. That is more important. Gaurav, let's get started, and let's aim for a 1,500 word article. I think we can probably look and start our timer as well. So let's see how much time it will take us. As you can see right now, it's 10:10 p.m. For Gaurav. You can see on his screen itself on his Mac. So he's going to get started right now, and we'll see how much time it takes to complete 1,500 word article, and how much time it used to take earlier. So typically, if you are a regular novel writer, it will take you about a good 3 hours. If you are an industry expert in that subject, it will probably take you about 2 hours. Let's see how much AI does. So it's 10-10. Gaurav, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Udit. Great, guys. So I'm gonna pick the same topic, green tea benefits, which we have been talking about for quite some time, right? I'm gonna write a meta description and then introduction and then move on, right? I go to templates, pick up the meta descriptions. Okay, I pick this one, and then I start writing the introduction. I again use, the templates. So guys, a rule of thumb is when you have specific things to write, like introduction, conclusion, meta descriptions, it's best to use templates because, you will get the most relevant answers, right? So, okay, we have written the introduction as well. Now I'll just quickly scan through the competition and see, what people are sort of writing. Okay, people are writing about top 10 benefits. I'll expand this. Again, people are talking about benefits, side effects. People are talking about FAQs, benefits. Okay, same. So I'll write about benefits of green tea. I'll talk about, and then I'll talk about FAQs. Cool. So I'll start with this. Right. So guys, see, I have given a nudge to AI that write about benefit 1. Now I use write with AI. Okay. Great. I want to write more. Okay. Okay. So let's say it is starting benefit 2 from here, right? What I will do is I will try to use an AI connector and say this, right? Bang on, right? So I want to write more. Okay. No problem. I'll pick up another connector. See guys, so that's what I said, right? A bit of human touch. So keep giving that nudge that, hey, I need more. And it will basically keep churning out more and more for you, right? Yeah, now I'm happy to write about cholesterol reduction.
I think, or we'll probably have to move the cursor after typing. I think that's what is happening.
Oh no, Udit, actually it was moving from 2 to 3 and the 3 was already there. So that's okay. So it's kind of writing something. So what I will do is awesome.
Again, guys, we have already produced 391 words so far, and it's just been 5 minutes. It's 445 words now, and it's just been 5 minutes, right? And again, we can probably like speed this up, but again, we are kind of like sharing with you guys how to do things at the same time. So there will be probably like few minutes here and there. But again, if you look at the quality of the article, it's pretty good. And again, these are actual benefits, right? Which we have seen and we probably all know about it. And at the same time, there is a keyboard shortcut as well. So if any one of you loves to use keyboard shortcut, you can use Control K or Command K on your Mac and Control K on your PC. So again, that's quick, right? So let's see. Can you also move to the NLP section to see how many keywords have been covered so far?
Yeah, I think
I'm doing that.
For people who are seeing AI write for the very first time, it definitely feels like magic that automatically text is being applied. It's just coming, and it can be overwhelming as well. I can see many people are out here testing AI for the very first time. And this is the power of AI, guys. You can see how it is live in action.
Again, guys, again, remember that there are steps. You have to follow these steps to get and make sure that your content coming out right? Don't put up a question in and get started with a question like, what is tea? Don't start with that. Give a nice introduction, write a nice meta description. You have to feed AI some data to help AI understand what kind of content you're looking for. And on the basis of that, this will keep on getting improved. Again, guys, if you have any questions, please make sure to add them in the QA section and not in the chat, because we won't be able to catch up with any questions in the chat. We'll only be taking up questions that are in the QA section only. Let's keep continuing, Gaurav. I think
so guys, very important to use NLP terms, right? So let's say how catechism is being used, right? Okay, so I'll write this in the antioxidant and protection, right? I'll just write after this maybe. Okay. Right, so this gets used, right? Similarly, I want to use health benefits. I just write here. I just keep using NLP terms that way.
Exactly, Vikrant. Anyone who knows even a basic level of copywriting can just go nuts with it. That's why they named it Scalenut,
Yeah.
You can actually scale it like a nut, That's how you can really grow business, because today it's all about improving productivity. One thing I do want to clarify that please do not expect AI to be a copy-paste solution. That is not what AI or any of this AI or Scalenut is built for. It is built to improve your productivity by 80 to 90%, right? And also at the same time, many times we all write contents and there is a writer's block. In such a case, this can be absolute gold, because it will help you to skip past all of those writer's block, and at any point of stage, you will not have that issue. And also at the same time, remember, we are still at a very early stage at Scalenut, right? This is only going to improve and only going to go up from here. So this is why it's so very important that you understand the right steps of how these contents are really formed, how the steps are being really written to ensure that all of those things are really covered. Also for the NLP, a lot of people had asked what and how those NLP terms are being generated. So as far as I know, I think this is Mayank has confirmed that I think they're using IBM Watson and Google NLP for this. So you are getting the best of the best data for NLP. This is not any kind of guesswork, right? This is the top system that they're using in order to get that. And this ensures that you have the right data in front of you and not some randomly generated terms that are being called as NLP terms. So when you start covering those, you start filling up a content gap. And that's how you start crafting an LSI statements around those NLP keywords. So, and that's how you start ranking for very unorthodox keywords that you did not even think about. And this is how, when you combine these AI writing with SEO, you literally have a machine with you. You can easily push up anywhere from 50,000 to 200,000 words a month, maybe more, depending upon how big your team is. If you're an agency, this is a golden era of writing. You are in the best possible stage if you are running a content agency right now, because you can increase the productivity of your of each of your writer by almost 700%. That means if they were generating 10,000 words a month, they can generate about 50 to 70 up to 70,000 words a month if you just hand over this insanely awesome and powerful tool to them, so that they can instantly increase the number of contents that they can write, right? At the same time, when you have all of these things in front of you, it just makes your life so much more easier, so much more. So I think Gaurav, we should also add in all of those questions. Again, guys, we are at almost 800 words already. It's just been 10 minutes. 800 words in 10 minutes. Again, this is almost a production ready article, right? We'll probably have to go through some of the things, edit them as required. So again, there's always going to be that 10% manual work involved, but AI can do about like up to 90% of the work for you. Again, do not use this as a copy paste solution. It's not going to work for you if you expect it to be a copy paste solution. You have to put in 10% of the work. But hey, if you're spending 3 hours and now if you're just spending 30 minutes, I call that as an improvement. I call that as a massive improvement, because now I can cough out 6 articles in the same time, which is almost what? About 600% growth in productivity for me. This is absolute magic. That's how Scalenut really works. And this is why it's so amazing and so powerful for any business, right? Because all of you have to grow organically at some point of stage, and you have to add and grow with SEO. If you do not do SEO, it will be painful, right? I just saw a tweet, I think earlier today, where a very popular SEO person and SEO agency owner said that in 2030, all the CMOs in the world would say, I wish we started with our SEO efforts back in 2021, right? So that is what is going to happen, guys. And while I'm doing all the talking and stuff, Gaurav is still busy coughing out all the content, right? And he's already at 880 words, right? In another 2 minutes, guys. So again, look at how powerful this is, guys. And we roughly have about like 110 licenses left for the unlimited plan. Guys, there will be no more unlimited plans after this. The plan D will be replaced with a limit plan as soon as we sell out that plan, because it's very difficult, and it was very difficult to even convince Scalenut team to even get these plans, because unlimited is something not a single company would dare to offer on long form SEO optimized content. I can bet you on this. No one will dare to offer. They'll put some restriction, or they will probably cap down on the engine so badly that it will not be usable. You see, the content quality is very, very, very good even at the current stage. And again, it's only going to get better. Meanwhile, it's almost at 1,000 word, 970 words already. Let's just keep writing, Gaurav. Let's see how much time it takes to cough out another about 560 words, 63 words.
And most importantly, if you see the quality is grade at the bottom left, right? It has already moved to B, which is like
we've already hit the suggested grade, and
and we are yet to do all the beautification, which is like adding bolds and italics and everything. That is all the pending part, right? So we'll add that at the very end to show you how the finished article actually looks like. So always go ahead whenever you're in the writing mode, just go ahead and write. That's it.
Correct. And that's the reason, right? Like, so you would see this bunch of tools, right? Like that would like help you write and all of those, right? So we definitely we were very clear that we just don't want to, focus on writing, but powerful writing and write. And that's the reason why there was this editor main with all this competitive intelligence, grading real time, so that, whatever time and money you are spending, that's in the right direction. I mean, that was very, very important for us. And that is why in the first phase itself, we were very clear that we'll not launch unless this is there. So definitely, I'm just spend as much time on the research and then just use AI to, keep killing the content out there. Like that's the key.
Definitely. And also, I don't know if you saw, but Gaurav used one nice trick. There is something known as a sorting option at the top right corner. If you see, click on that to ensure that you do not miss out on ensuring that you do not miss out any sort of keywords, right? So as you saw, he already started using them, and now he has just sorted them with the unlisted ones so that he can ensure that all of those keywords are completely covered. So he's already at almost 1,132 words. Let's push it up, Gaurav. You have another 5 minutes to wrap it up. Let's speed it up. 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I was also telling how to, how to use these terms, right? For example, green tea versus matcha. I want to use matcha. I just write it as an FAQ and just get out the content, right?
Also, guys, just to add to things, there is something that awesome you guys can do. If you see all of those questions, you can, if any one of you is using WordPress, and if you're using, let's say, Rank Math or use SEO by any chance, you can use the FAQ Sigma schema tags, where you can add all those questions and answers inside your schema tags, so that when someone is Googling and if they find your article will take up a bigger space on the searches, right? And that will increase your overall CTR. And remember, CTR is one of the most important factors in ranking. So if you're ranking number 9, and if you don't build any backlinks, but if your CTR is very high, Google will start moving your ranking up just on the basis of CTR. And also at the same time, when you cover more space, you get more attention from the search results at the same time. Because what I have seen lately, people usually search down a bit more to get more information. And I think there was some article out there that people now look up for more of the information. I'll probably have to check somewhere. I'll probably share with you guys once I refine it. But meanwhile, let's focus on this. We're already at almost 1,200 words. We have another 3 minutes. Let's see, to wrap up a 1,500 word article right in front of you guys live. 1,500 words in 20 minutes. Also, we did a lot of talking and stuff at the same time and explaining, right? So if we remove that, we'll probably have some extra 5 minutes, but hey, we're allowed to cheat for 5 minutes, in this webinar.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to request Gaurav to start writing for Scalenut as well. It seems the speed and the quality seems to be pretty good.
So yeah, I think we can just keep writing on and on about the question.
I think let's push it up another 250 words so that we complete like a nice 1,500 word article. Also, one very important point, if any one of you is a writer that works for any company, it's high time that you guys start using this and start scaling up your own efforts, so that you guys can potentially start making a lot more money than what you were used to. So if you were able to only do about like a few words, now you can like ramp it up. Yes, Henry, yes, Hanny, we do see your questions. So we'll shortly cover all of those questions up. We have all those questions, so we just want to make sure that the article is first fully completed. And then we dive into all the questions and optimizations and stuff. But before that, we wanted to show you guys live. I think, Gaurav, this is where I think I really love Scalenut. So what you can do is, instead of writing more questions, you can just write with AI, and it will start writing the questions and FAQs automatically, because there is enough content now for it to understand. Just keep on pressing writing control S, and it will start writing questions automatically at the end. Just go down to the bottom.
That's right. I'll just show that.
Yeah. So as you can see, guys, now there is so much information that the AI has understood what the pattern is, and we no longer have to like keep on supplying more data points. So he can just keep on pressing right with AI right now, because there's a lot of data for the AI to analyze, right? And again, spacing and everything is something that you have to probably do. Just a bit of beautification. These are the beautification part that you just have to do. That's something that you cannot skip upon. And as you keep on doing that, I think we're just like 16 words away. So this is probably going to be the last thing. We have 1 minute to Gaurav. Let's see if we can make that 16 word.
Oh, of course.
It's done, it seems.
Yeah, that's cheating, Awesome, guys. So as you can see, 15:31. So let's beautify that quickly while I continue speaking, Gaurav. Guys, as you can see, 1,500 word article completed in less than 20 minutes. And if you spend another 5 minutes on just basic optimization, right, which is like formatting H1, H2 tags and so on, That's all you have to do, a bit of beautification. If you are probably using something like Grammarly, just use that add-on to pop it out. And again, just make those adjustments, little adjustments, beautification. That's all you have to do. Rest everything the AI has taken care of you. This is why the hype is so very high, and the hype is real. And at the same time, as you guys can see, we just wrote the entire piece of article right in front of you guys, right? No bullshit, no crap, nothing. The entire article was written right in front of you by the AI, right? There was no pre-preparation or any of that sort. Everything was written right in front of you. And this is why it's scalable, guys. It's really scalable. If you can write a 1500-word article in just 20 minutes, remember how you can scale up. You can start writing a Quora answer every single day, right? Every single day you can write a good 500-word article on Quora and then drive traffic from there to your blog, to your website. And again, you can use the same strategy, right? All the Quora questions that you see over here inside Scalenut, just click all of those questions, go ahead and create an individual 200 to 300-word article and go and paste them in Quora, and then link it back to your homepage or one of your inner pages, right? Start driving the traffic to your blog. This is so important, guys. This is how you do things, and you take things to a whole new level. Don't just use this content for your blog. Rewrite some of the content. So I think the rephrase feature is going to come very soon. Once that feature comes out, you can make 200-word articles, and then if there are 10 Quora questions, click on all of them, go ahead and write an answer for all of those and point all of those articles towards your blog. You will start driving further organic traffic. All of this effort for just about 1.5 hours of effort per day to start growing and start driving user, guys. That's all. Like, it's insanely magical. This is scalable, guys. This is having a tool for SME, for us, for small business owners, that can actually create magic and grow the businesses, right? Because tools like these for enterprises have been there for some time. Enterprises have been using very different and costly solutions for a long time. But for SMEs, we didn't have a solution like this, especially for long form. We didn't have something that would go into this level of optimization and something that would be this quick at the same time. And as you can see, the overall quality and the content is very high. If you mix it up with a Grammarly, at the same time, you can improve on a bit of, again, beautification. So a good 5 to 10% of manual work, and that's it. You're all set at that point of stage, guys. Did you like what you saw? If you liked it, just type in yes. Let me see if you guys are excited about it, guys. Let's see, guys. There you go. I think people are absolutely loving this. Guys, are you going to be getting Scalenut? Yes or no? Do not miss out on this deal, right? Guys, again, there are so many other products out there. You can probably skip them if you want, but this is a software that will help you truly to grow your business organically, right? If you truly start publishing just 10 articles a month, I can guarantee you will grow your blog. And in next webinar, again, we're going to be having a series of webinars. Next week, we're going to be having the next webinar, same day, same time. And in that webinar, we will start teaching you guys how to do keyword research the right way, how to pick the right keywords, how to work on those keywords, how to start forming and structuring things further. And again, we will dive into covering more of those articles in different niches, industries. Again, we want to make sure that you guys really leverage on this, right? Please do not miss out on this deal. And if you really want to go nuts, get the Plan D. There is less than 110 licenses left. That's it. It's probably going to sold out in the next few weeks maximum. If not, if you guys all jump on board, it might get sold out right now, right? Do not miss out. Grab the Plan D. It comes with 5 seats, right? A total of 5 seats and unlimited word, guys. Unlimited. There is absolutely no limits to it. You can really leverage. Ahmed there is no sub accounts because it's not built for sub account purposes, right? Agencies, you and your team will be doing all the work and writing. This is not a tool where you're going to be reselling it, and that's why you don't see sub accounts, and that's why it's not being built at all. So also at the same time, if any one of you needs a split payment, we will be dropping the link in the chat in just about a few minutes, and we'll be talking more about the pricing and plan. But guys, please do not miss out on this product. I request you guys, because if you miss out, tool like Scalenut, forget about just the tool, but the founding team, they are knowledgeable. They know what they're doing, right? And that is so very important, guys, right? They really, really understand what they're doing. They aren't some random bunch of dudes that just came in and are building things just because, oh my God, like GPT-3 and AIs and writing and all of these things are hyped up, so let's make money. That's not the goal, right? They truly understand businesses. They truly understand growing businesses. They have over decades of experience combined. And at the same time, Scalenut is a funded company. They are funded by Titan Capital, which is like an industry giant when it comes to like tech investment. At the same time, I think Kunal Behl has also invested. Kunal Behl is a CEO and founder of a unicorn in India. So big marquee investors have invested, not just because the product is awesome, but because the founders, they trust the founders. And that is why it makes such a large difference. Guys, we have just dropped the link for you guys for the split payment. I understand a lot of you guys need that. We truly understand that for a lot of SMEs, $1,000 is a big investment. But again, guys, if you look at it in the human manpower, that is probably like 10,000 words a normal human would probably write in a month of time. And if you just pay them that salary alone, it is going to be $1,000, right? So that's why, guys, instead of that, just invest that 1 month of a salary into this, and you increase the productivity of your efforts by 7 times, not 70 per 7 times, right? They will be able to produce up to 70,000 words, maybe more than that if they work for a longer period of time. But that is the level of productivity. You guys saw live, 29 minutes is all it took Gaurav to produce 1,500 word content. That is just insane, guys. That is just crazy, right? Do not miss out on that plan D. There's less than 110 licenses left. We have also got the option for split pay for you guys for up to 3x of split pay. Do not miss out on this day, guys, especially plan D. For other products, you can still opt for like the smallest plan, but this is something I would say grab the plan D, because you want to truly scale your business. You can only do that when you have unlimited power. You can only have unlimited power with unlimited documents, unlimited content, guys. Meanwhile, Gaurav, can we go and also show the short form writing tool at the same time? We can quickly cover that and show that in depth with what are options we have, and also then we start taking up all the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, we talked about SEO assistant in detail. We'll also talk about SEO copywriter. So currently it has 18 use cases. Today only we have launched 2 new use cases. One is compelling bullet points, and second is the before after bridge. So
Gaurav, can you share your screen? I think that will be fantastic.
oh, is it? My screen is not shared?
Yeah, it actually switched off. That's why.
Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, guys. So as a part of the webinar, we have launched 2 more new use cases today: compelling bullet points and before after bridge. So we have total of 18 use cases today, which is going to 30 by end of this week. I'll just give a demo of one of the use cases which we have, which is product description. I'm just writing some random brand name, and would it pick some product and its description? Give me a line.
Product brand. What does that brand do?
I don't know. I've just randomly written like
Brand of your choice, like a favorite one. Nike.
I think let's write Nestle.
Nestle.
Everyone knows the brand, you know.
okay.
How about high quality milk products or get high quality milk products? Oh, there you go. That's a nice one, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, Nestle is actually known for the infant
Yeah, they are
industry,
actually,
and yeah.
there you go, guys. The content quality is right bang on, right? And even I'm a little surprised. I thought it will probably produce just like a random content, but it is actually right. This is really awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, Nestle is very famous for making.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually their main licenses, because in India especially there are no more licenses that's being issued. So they're actually an industry leader. So that was a great result, guys. And again, everything is being produced right in front of you guys. All the keywords are completely random. Everything is really random that we are doing right now.
So what's gonna happen is you will be confused on which one to choose, because all are good. All are really good. Yeah.
Again, guys, make sure that you do not miss out on Scalenut. If you are looking for split pay, we have already shared the link with you guys. Milan, can you just share the link once again with everyone in the chat?
For sure.
Please, guys, do not miss out on Scalenut's Plan D. That's a request, because once that 110 licenses are sold, you will see the Plan D being replaced with Plan E. There will be no more Plan D, and it will be replaced with a high-end limit of words. There will not be any unlimited words at any point of stage that's being offered. This is the max that we can do. We cannot bring more of this, because the company has to survive at the same time. The company has to grow. So they cannot offer more than this licenses. We really have to fight with Mayank, Gaurav, and Saurabh to get this plan for you guys. So please do not miss out, guys, because I cannot fight again to get this plan for you guys, right? I can do it once, I cannot do it the second time. So take advantage of it, because in the next 6 months, you guys will probably say, I wish I would have bought this. I wish I would have bought that. An unlimited plan is never, ever going to come out, unless you definitely want to pay like $99 per month for it, which is something that is available for. And most likely, as they keep on onboarding more users, there's a very high chance that the price might go up for that as well, right? Because again, as the company grows, the cost increases for the company at the same time. Please do not miss out on that, right? So guys, I think we should start taking up all the questions. We have over 100 questions, and I'm pretty sure that by the time we start covering them, we'll have like 200 more questions, right? So let's start covering them. It's gonna be another Lord of the Ring marathon, guys. Are you guys ready for the Lord of the Rings session? We had this Lord of the Ring session a few times, right? So I think this is going to be another Lord of the Ring day, guys.
So before we get on to the questions, I would like to announce the giveaway winner, that Abhishek. Yes, we already credited Scalenut in your account. You can just log into your PitchGround account and find a Scalenut lifetime deal. Yep.
Perfect. Wow. And the Instagram winner, we're going to be announcing at the end. So make sure to stay till the end. We're also going to do the last Scalenut giveaway code at the end of the webinar. Do not miss out, right? Stay tuned. And again, if you guys have already purchased your Scalenut licenses right now, especially Plan D, type in hey, or just write Scalenut so that we know that you guys are really excited about it. And again, split payment link is already there, guys. I highly recommend, do not miss out on Plan D. Once that 110 licenses is gone, it's gonna be gone forever, guys. Awesome. Moving back. And again, there are no interest, nothing, no extra fees for split pay. You guys can use it. We really want to support you guys at the same time. And honestly, if you get the split pay in the 3 months, you should be able to save for the money alone on the writing part, right? So that alone will help you to save up. And again, all of these webinars that we're going to do, by the way, guys, we will be doing a weekly webinar for Scalenut. So that means insane information every week, insane updates every week, and insane use cases for you guys every week. We'll write new articles. We'll start scaling up. We'll also start doing a lot of workshops for the users who have already made the purchase of Scalenut, so that we can push all of you guys to write contents together so that we can publish more. We want you guys to do that. And also at the same time, we're going to be writing a book, all of us, right? We'll show you guys how to do that at the same time, and we'll probably see how we can use that book as an ebook for lead magnets and all of the other stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming in. I know, like, this is hype, but the hype is real, guys. So let's get started with the question. So the first question is from Jeremy. He's asking, how do you use Scalenut to generate an accurate content outline briefing that will rank? Mayank?
Yeah, I think this is one of the things, right? Like what Gaurav was trying to cover in terms of, you can see what are the NLP terms which are basically getting used in the headings. So you try to use those. You can see all the competitors' H tags, right in the editor. So try to use those. We are also sort of, in the pipeline trying to figure out like how we can automate the, content outline generation, right? Like how we can help you there, right? So that is something which is in works, which of course will come, as we go down the road. But yes, right now there are a lot of things which are available there. There are a lot of FAQs, a lot of information from Twitter, Quora, and AI in terms of questions you should cover, and that would help you build the outline.
Perfect. I'm going to move on to the next question. So the next question is from Simon. Is there any integrated plagiarism checker in the pipeline?
Yes, it is.
Any for it?
It's a slightly longer job, so it'll take like some time. Maybe I think next quarter is when we'll do it.
Yeah,
but it's definitely in our pipeline. So I think the way we think it, guys, is as a part of the overall content journey today, we just have research and writing, right? If I move left, then the keyword research part is something which is not there right now, which you want to include as a part of Scalenut offering. And when I move right, then publication, publishing, analytics, and just before publishing, sentiment analysis checker, and plagiarism checker is also something which you want to add. Plagiarism, as I said, is slightly longer, so it will take some time, but definitely in the pipeline.
Awesome, brilliant. I'm going to move on to the next question. There is not much content around SIM-based tracking, especially related to India, available on Google. How do you plan to tackle that?
Okay. I think the content research is from the top ranking articles right now. If the information is not available on Google, the tool, the research part still spits out the social listening, right, which is the relevant questions from Quora, Reddit, and AI, right? So you can use that as well as make your own outline and use AI to generate. The only thing which sort of might become less helpful for you is the competitive analysis, but all other things work brilliantly then as well.
Great. Moving on to the next question. Can you pick one long keyword example for creating content?
Okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, any long keyword can be picked. And so, for example, we used green tea benefit today. We could have used any long keyword and did exactly same thing which we did today to build content around it. I don't think there'll be any difference as such.
Great. Next question. What is the best tool to pair with Scalenut to optimize SEO for my content? You don't need anything. Scalenut does everything for you, pretty much. Moving on to the next question. It's from Samir. Is there a way to create a blog article that is specific to location, like India or Mumbai, instead of a generic worldwide reference? For instance, things that home buyers should take into account while buying a house. Can the AI generate related contents, let's say, for Mumbai rather than USA?
Oh, good question. When you go to the Scalenut SEO assistant, you have an option to basically choose. I'll just show. You basically have the option to choose the country here, right? So you can choose, instead of US, you can choose India, and then everything works seamlessly.
I think just adding on, it's also to do not just the research. I think the question is also to do with the AI output. I think one important thing is what kind of inputs do you give the AI in the beginning, so that AI understands, you're looking at Mumbai versus USA, right? And starts giving you those outputs, right? So just keep that in mind while doing it.
Awesome, brilliant. Moving on to the next question. How many characters will the AI read above the write with AI? So how many characters does it go up?
Yeah, I did answer that. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so over 1,000, like close to around 1,500, I did answer to one of the questions. But yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Do you think you can use another AI engine called Jurassic One along with GPT-3 or in parallel with Scalenut?
See, right now we use GPT-3 plus we're doing a lot of experimentation around improving GPT-3 content or using a couple of other things as well. At this point, we're not using Jurassic, but definitely we're exploring that as well.
Great. Does Scalenut plan to add any sort of proprietary AI in the future?
The answer to that is whatever gives us the best output, we would do that. At this point, we feel GPT gives the best output, so we stick to that.
Perfect. Moving on to the next question. Do you think you have any plans to include concept feature?
That's right. That's a good question. We are going to pick the concept feature very soon. Difficult to tell ETA, but we're going to pick it very, very soon.
Perfect. Moving on to the next question. Are you planning to add a content optimization feature to Scalenut, such as score optimization, keyword highlights, and competition keyword heat maps?
So optimization feature is already there. I think you're talking about a certain keyword gets highlighted in the editor.
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. That's something which will pick up. Lovely feedback there. And the second is topic heat map, right?
Yeah.
Since we already have all the competition data and the keyword, that should be very easy to build. So we'll do that as well.
Perfect.
This is helpful feedback. Yeah.
Anusha, pardon. So that should be coming up very shortly. Thank you so much for that valuable feedback. Next question. Since credit will be get used up at the time of generation, what are the stuff we need to keep in mind while generating content so that we don't end up exhausting all the credit line for 2 to 3 blocks? Nikhil, just follow what we have mentioned today in the blog. Use connectors. Don't just keep on pressing that right for AI button all the time. Be very calculative in terms of how you really craft the contents, and start with a format, right? Start with a good format, which is again your introduction, outlines, FAQs, and then slowly start going into things, right? We'll also be bringing more a recipe feature down the road. There's no exact ETA, but again, should be coming down the road, where again, you will be able to craft the contents in a much better way. But right now, start using the templates, the pre-designed templates that is already there, so that you can let the AI generate the exact kind of content that you really want. So start using them, and you will not be burning out much of your credits at that point of stage. Next question is from MD. Do you have a custom framework to build in Scalenut? I think we just spoke about it, MD. Mayank, you just want to add in a couple of lines very quickly?
So this is definitely on top of our charts. I mean, adding custom frameworks and everything. Obviously, this is something which would go hand in hand with evaluation of other AI technologies also. So allow us some time. We are on it. Yeah.
Great. How does Scalenut addresses restricted content such as financial and health topics?
So we use one of the content filters to filter out the sensitive content. However, that filter is mostly works fine and only filters very, very sensitive content. I don't think financial content would have some problem. In terms of health content also, if it is related to more sensitive pieces, then it creates a filter, else it works fine. So,
Great.
sorry, I just wanted to add here, this technology being in the open, right? It's very important to create this filter so that it does not get used for something which is not it is meant for. So that's why these content filters are super important.
Awesome, brilliant. Moving on to the next question. It's from Akshay. Any difference between LSI keyword and NLP terms?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Any difference between LSI keywords and NLP terms?
Oh yes, a lot of difference. LSI keywords are the ones which get which you'd see on the Google at the end of the search, while NLP terms are very elaborate, right? So we scrape out 30 top ranking URLs, do a natural language processing analysis on them using IBM Watson, Google, and our own IP, and then spit out the NLP terms. So very, very different.
Perfect. Just combine both of them in short. Next question, how to write long product descriptions and inject product features to help the AI take in, information from the given details, include them in the content. How to write a long product description.
So short product descriptions are already in the copywriter. For long product descriptions, we've already introduced slightly longer product descriptions with IDA PAS frameworks. If you want to write even longer, then I would say just move on to the editor and use AI freely to write at this point. Yeah.
Perfect. What is the unique feature about Scalenut? Why should I buy Scalenut?
Oh, good question. Guys, I think you might find a lot of AI tools, right? But AI tools combined with SEO intelligence is something which we are proud of. Just compare our NLP terms compared to
Anybody out there?
Anybody out there, and you will feel the quality of NLP terms. As I said, right, when I showed the knowledge graph and talked about ranking, right, that ranking only happen if the NLP terms quality is good. Believe me, you have spent months to get to that quality of NLP terms only, just the NLP piece.
Perfect. Again, guys, just make sure that you follow the process that we shared today to get the maximum output for yourself. Do not randomly start with anything, because again, that is not how AI works. And that was one of our core intent of today's session, was to ensure that you guys truly understand the process, right? I'm going to move on to the next question now. How does score calculate completeness of the content by Scalenut? So MD, just to add to it quickly, MD, the score is not on the basis of the length of the content, because some people can go 4,000 words, some people can go 6,000 words. So the completeness really depends upon how lengthy of an article you want. Typically, I would say that if you really want to start dominating any SERP purely on the basis of content, then you should go for at least like 4,000 plus words today. If you aim for 1,500 words, that is standard, that is great. But if you really want to go in depth about the topic and have a very topical intent-based searches and improve your overall topical score of your website, try to do at least 4,000 words per article. And again, if you get plan D, you don't have to worry about you're going to run out of the words at any point of stage. That's why we recommend you guys to grab the plan D. So Gaurav, you wanted to add a few lines on it.
No, I think that's pretty much covered.
Perfect. I'm going to move on to the next question. Can you consider functioning the AI writer to generate content based on scraped SERP data based on the keyword research?
I think this is the same question sometime back about the concepts, right? This is something which, as I said, we will pick very, very soon.
Awesome. So that, guys, is going to come very soon. Does Scalenut consider previous paragraph to write next? Definitely. That's how AI works, right? Once it has a good amount of data, it will start writing even better data. As you saw at the very end, Gaurav stopped writing questions because AI by then understood that the next pieces of content are all FAQs, and it has started writing FAQ based content, right? That's how AI works. You just have to constantly train them. And if you want to add a paragraph, just generate a paragraph using the template, break that flow and start writing your content. And then AI will analyze again how and what your patterns are, and it will start rewriting things again. So you have to, again, let the AI know, and then let the AI do the 90% of the job. Again, 10% is going to be manual at any given point. AI is not a copy-paste solution. Moving on to the next one. Was Scalenut inspired from Surfer SEO?
No, not really. I think we actually got inspired by our own learnings when we were running managed marketplace for content. I think we were churning out upwards of 1,000 blogs a month, right? And there we could understand our pain of our writers and how we could solve that to write high ranking articles.
Perfect. Moving on to the next question. Could you create a module that allows a URL to have an input and then it summarizes the content? This is actually a great question, Gaurav. So Do you guys plan to add that feature anytime soon where we can work on the existing articles, just paste the link, it imports everything, and then we can start improving the existing content itself?
Oh, it's there, right? You already have that feature.
Can you quickly share your screen and show that to users?
I'll do it. So guys, you can basically go here, import from URL, just paste the URL, click here, and everything will come. Just
Perfect. I think we should probably move that button to maybe the menu. I think that would be very helpful. Maybe.
here, maybe
So
something.
you are right to that. I mean,
Fair point.
a lot of people tend to, miss it at times. So fair
Not
point.
maybe evident.
I think that will be fantastic. Maybe something before all reports at the top right corner, we can just add a text import URL. I think that will make it very easy for a lot of people to understand.
Fair.
So as you can see, Joe, that feature is already live. So it's probably going to take some time depending upon the
I
length
think
of
this health line URL. So
yeah. So it will all depend on that.
it's a health line URL, so take some time, but yeah, it'll come.
Yeah, and we also have to ensure that they are not blocking the crawlers at any point of stage, because a lot of websites often tend to do that. So that's something. But again, you pretty much are going to use it for your own content. So I'm going to move on to the next question.
So yeah, it has come, right?
Yeah, there you go.
It was a big article, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
And you can see the
you can
quality and the word count, everything changing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there you go, Joe. That feature is already live. Moving on to the next question. Can you create outlines? Yes, you can. We already showed Srini. Next question. Multi-variables is a template. In a template, allow the user to steer the output better. Any plans for that?
I didn't get the question. What does it mean?
Multi-variables in a template allows the user to steer the output better.
Okay,
Joe?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think, for example, in product description, you want to add keywords
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Bang on here. I think a good question. We are on it for a lot of short form content. We are adding extra stuff. For example, if you see the templates today, it already has meta description, has topic, blog description, and keywords. Similarly, a conclusion paragraph has topic, outline, and CTA. So we are adding more and more as we go. But yeah, good question. Yeah, we're doing that.
Jaydeep is asking about GPT-4. Jaydeep, whenever it's out and it's in a usable condition, they're going to move to GPT-4 at that stage. Right now, they're using GPT-3. Plagiarism is not going to be an issue at all. And again, most content is going to have one or two statements that will be very common statement, right? So often plagiarism tools consider that at the same time. So there's going to be probably like 1 to 2%. And again, if you feel there are more, you can always rephrase those contents at that point stage. Just a quick question. Would you be able to check plagiarism percentages? Definitely that's going to come in the next quarter, Vikrant. Moving on to the next question. In the editor sidebar, please allow us to click on each SERP entry and see the text content on the side so we can research without leaving the editor. Can you do that?
So today, I'll just maybe keep my screen shared itself. So today, what you can actually do is look at this competition, right? You can read the article here itself. You don't need to leave the editor. Yeah, that's what it did, or was the question something else?
Awesome. I hope that answers your question. By the way, guys, it's time for one more giveaway. What do we call all the Scalenut users? Give us the best name, and the name. Don't type Scalenut, guys. Give us a good name. What should we call all the Scalenut user community members, right? The one who gives us the best name today, they get another Scalenut code. Mayank and Gaurav, this is going to be your choice. Go ahead, look into all of these.
We've been getting some amazing comments. Nutters, scalers, scale nutters, not scalers. Oh my God.
These are very naughty.
I have one of my favorites for sure already.
Nutties was actually a chocolate.
What about nutcrackers?
Very interesting answer. Nutty scalers, I saw one.
Nutlings.
Oh god. Yeah.
Nutty AI, nutty cutties. That's a good one.
Content Raja. Okay, wonderful.
Nut grounders. Okay, I'll leave the name selection on you guys. There's plenty of question. Meanwhile, I think one of you guys can probably go through all the suggestions and pick one so that we can pick a winner. And moving on to the next question for you, Gaurav. How do Scalenut does the fact check right now?
Fact check. Okay, so there is no, I would say, separate module for fact check. But what I have seen most of the time is GPT-3 is able to throw information which is factually right. And another way is that when you sort of give nudge to the AI around competition hashtags and Quora Reddit questions, highly likely that the content is already learned by GPT-3 and the factual answer is there. But if you were to ask a very straightforward question, is there a specific check on facts, then the answer is no.
Awesome. Are you guys planning to build any module on it to make sure that the fact checks are absolutely correct? And we're probably scrolling like maybe the first 10, 20 results to ensure that those facts are correct. Maybe a like one-click module with something like that.
Yeah, I think it's again ties back to the question of concepts, right? Concepts in the outline, etc. So that's something which we are picking up.
Brilliant. Awesome. Next question. How much credits are used to generate this article? So it's about 2,000 words plus, I think he generated about 1,500 words. Plus, I think he probably regenerated about like 200 words or so. So it consumed about 1,700 credits. Word credits to generate that. So if you're buying the basic plan, which is $49, you still have about 8,300 words left. So you can pretty much do about like 4 blog posts, roughly, you can say pretty easily. As long as you're following all the strategies that we have shared, you are not going to waste any of your credits at any point of stage. But again, guys, if you are worried about that, then again, just go for plan D. That's the best way to move forward. Moving forward to the next question, it's from MD. Do you have the plan to add a complete first draft blog post?
Yes, it's in the pipeline. It's in our pipeline.
Awesome. Moving on to the next question. We have already spoken about plagiarism, Unish. So it's going to be out in the next quarter. So you'll just have to wait. Soumya is asking with Grammarly. Yeah, Grammarly works fantastic. If you're using the add-on, it will just work fine. And that's what we recommend right now till the time Scalenut team kind of like builds features on top of it to ensure that a lot of those analysis and feelings and empathy is sort of like covered at the same time very soon. Next question is from Nishal. Will the AI write something more specific? Definitely. Again, as long as there is a keyword available, it will write about it. You just need to put in your right keyword. And again, follow the strategy that we have said, which is introduction, and then outlines, and then FAQs, and then start writing one by one, right? Do not just write a question and expect an answer. This is not Alexa or Siri, you know. So make sure that you guys implement a right strategy. Moving on to the next question. In addition to this WebEx, do you have other how-tos recording on the process either here on YouTube? I will definitely be doing more recordings, Matt. Will be coming out again next week. So every week we're going to be doing one webinar. By later tonight or earliest by tomorrow, you will see our landing page for the next week's of webinar. Make sure to join in. We'll be sharing keyword research and a lot of awesome stuff with you guys so that we can help you understand and analyze how to do contents the better way, right? And how we are scaling up. We'll also share some of the things that we are doing at PitchGround to scale up on the content efforts, how they're ranking and stuff. And again, if you guys don't believe us, just Google phrase alternative, you will see PitchGround article on page 1 already, right? So it works, guys. As long as you do things the correct way, it really works. Moving on to the next question. Will this only work with generic stuff or technical blog? Definitely it work with everything, right? You just have to feed the right data to the AI and the AI will start taking care of everything for you. So this is a great one. Great question from Sean. Let me know who's going to answer this. What's the story behind Scalenut?
I would let Mayank answer
that. All right. So, so the story is like, so Gaurav, last year he was taking a break after spending like almost a decade in, working with a lot of companies and building a lot of startups and this thing, right? And I was also coming to a logical break in one of the leading e-commerce players, right? And we have been talking about like doing something over beer mostly, last couple of years. And one thing led to another, and we was like, enough is enough, and let's build something cool. So sort of joined, and all three of us, you're like, okay, let's do this. Of course, like we worked on like hundreds of ideas before coming up with Scalenut. And I also see one of the questions around what's the story behind the name Scalenut. So Scalenut was not our first name. The name was like, I wouldn't disclose here. I got a bit of a thrashing, but yes, eventually we wanted to do something which would help everybody. Or, our focus area was to help people scale, right? And we were like, we would help people scale their content, and we would do that using technology and talent, right? We started with talent, bringing in technology, and as like slowly and steadily we were fortunate enough to get funded, and so the leading investors, they joined in, and yeah, growing team, very, very happy. And yeah, that's a small story behind Scale.
Awesome, brilliant. I'm going to move on to the next question. I know I can probably dive and ask further questions on that story, but we have 93 questions still. I told you that question is not getting lowered down, right? So it's going to be another lot of the ring marathon session tonight. Let's move forward quickly. Can you issue commands to the AI? Yeah, definitely you can. You can simply write five bullets for this topic, and it will start writing. So you have to be very specific, and AI understands that, and it will start answering and start writing that appropriately. So if you write the title as 13 benefits of green tea, for an example, it will actually exactly write 13 benefits at the same time. And then just write benefit 1, give it a format so that AI understand in what format do you want, and we'll start writing in that specific format. Again, we're going to be doing more of the session so that we can dive into and show you more live examples. Abhishek, we have already answered about fact checking, and the concept feature is going to be out very soon. Moving on to the next one. So there's a lot of fact checks. We have already covered that, guys. The concept feature should come out very soon. Any ATAs on it, because there's a lot of questions around it, Gaurav?
Udit, very tough to give ETA right now. What I can do is I can circle back with ETA to the community by end of this week.
Awesome, perfect. Is there any SEO options to write SEO optimized content? Definitely, Vijay. There was all the options that we showed on the right-hand side. Just follow that. Check on your score. Make sure you try to reach as close to as like 90% if possible, 90% and above as a score. If you do that, you're pretty much good to go at that stage. Is it suitable to run Scalenut for assignments or thesis? Great question.
Yeah, I mean, see, you can use it for anything and everything, right? I'm not sure what would be the use case of an assignment to build an SEO-enabled article, SEO-enabled work there. However, you can use the editor. Feel free to use it for anything and everything. Don't forget to check it for plagiarism though.
Perfect. And again, in terms of thesis as well, you just have to constantly feed on content, use AI. In that case, I think the manual work would be about good 30%, and AI will do about a good 70% of your work. Mayank, I do see like Scalenut going to be used for a lot of homeworks for school college kids down the road, right? I do see that happening, and I wish when I was in college days, I had a tool like this so that I could just use this and generate all the content and complete all my assignments in like in the morning, half an hour before going to the college,
See, we are beyond this, right? We are building for our, next generation, right?
The next generation is going to be super lazy. I can see that already. Or they're going to be super intelligent to actually use the tool,
Correct.
Awesome. Moving on to the next question. Is there any ADA framework?
Yeah, we just launched yesterday.
Perfect. So that just went live yesterday. Moving on to the next question. In the competition section, it shows content from the website, but when I visit website and click on the website, I can't find the content on that website. Which content is being shown in the competitors tab?
Just exactly same. I mean, if you see any discrepancy, just write to us at vcare@Scalenut. We can check that.
So most likely what content you're seeing is the meta description, Nikhil, in most of the cases. But again, you can circle back to Mayank or Gaurav in private to just show what exactly you are looking for and what you have done so that they can look and ensure that you are checking on the right thing. I'm going to move on to the next question. How does the NLP compare with all the other products in the market?
I would say give it a spin for yourself. For me, I think it is one of the best for sure. Compared to any other leading ones, we are certainly better from many of them.
Great, perfect. Lena is asking how to add keywords in the AI article. You just saw we have the NLP terms. Start using them. You will have all the in-depth keywords. Start utilizing them so that you can start writing your contents around it. Moving on to the next question. What do you mean by collaboration features and 100 document credits and reports per month? That basically means that you are able to generate that many blog posts and you can write articles around that keyword for that many blog posts. If you don't want the limits, just opt for plan D at that point of stage. Matt is asking, can the tool, go ahead.
There is on the collaboration feature, you can basically share the article with
Can you show that to people just in case if they want to know what that exactly means?
Screen again. Yeah. So what you can do is there's a share button at the top. You can share that. Just click on it and read only and edit access. So if you have built a outline and you want to share this report with a writer, you can share that. You can share it with an edit access. So writer will have access to only this report, editor and editor, only this one, not to your whole account. So that way you can pass it on to your freelancer who can work on this specific article and he can get back to you with.
Gaurav, I think we didn't go over through the report section. Can you quickly show that section to everyone as well to show how in-depth the report comes out?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So basically, this is top page statistics. It talks about top 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, grade, number of paragraphs, readability, number of images, and average word count. Gives you an overall picture of how the competition is stacking for the specific keyword. These are NLP terms. I think we have seen it enough number of times. You can sort through same importance and heading. One thing which I didn't show is you can also see headings being used for this keyword called antioxidant. Right? Then there is competition. All the 30 they are being ranked here, and we talk about word count, readability, content grade, images, headings, etc. You can also see this similar to what we saw in the editor. So you don't need to go to a separate tab. Themes are basically Google LSI keywords. Common questions are again the same ones. Questions generated by AI, by Google, by Reddit, and by Quora. And these are citations. Now, what citations are is basically in the top 30 articles, NCBI is being referred 125 times. How? That's how it is being referred, right? Citation, source URL, source bank. So it's being that's how it is being referred in the articles. I think this one has a way lot number of citations, but that's how it looks like. So that's pretty much it about the report.
Perfect. Any plans to maybe have like some sort of an export feature maybe, so that this report can be shared with, let's say, a client, right? If I'm running an agency, I just want to generate a quick report like this and just send it across to show them, look, I have done my work, So any plans for that? Like just on PDF?
Good point. Good point. This should be very quick to do. Not in our pipeline right now, but I'll quickly add. I think this should be very, very quick to do.
Awesome, guys. So there you go. This feature is going to be very handy, guys. You can also now start using Scalenut for report generation. And if possible, Mayank, can we add an option to add their own logo for Plan D, because that's an agency plan? Can we add an option in settings maybe where users can upload their logo, their agency logo, and when you do an export on this report, it just quickly adds their logo at the top. I think that would be very handy, because then it will really make the report shine up at that point of stage. So agency users can really utilize that.
Makes sense. All right. Taking a note.
Awesome. There you go, guys. So this is going to be a brand new plan. That's going to be a brand new feature that's going to be coming up and will be only available. The export feature will be available for everyone, but the logo feature for the unbranded report, and will only be available for Plan D, guys. So please do not miss out. The next question, Mayank, have you finalized any name by any chance by now?
Not yet. Do we need to do that right now, or once we finish the Q&As?
Oh, definitely. Meanwhile, just go through it.
All right.
Next question is from Matt. Can the tool recommend a series of articles that is sequenced properly? Example, article 1, benefits of green tea, article 2. I think this is a fantastic suggestion. This can actually help you build a topical content around your entire blog. So for example, what Matt is basically suggesting is that I enter my niche and it gives me the topic ideas itself, that write an article about benefits, write an article about, let's say, improvement in this, write an article. So we can probably use the data, go to search, get the ideas for the blog, and I have the blog post idea for the next 30 blogs ready with me.
So if I get it correctly, basically defining an outline for a niche topic from SERP.
No, not define an outline. Just define the topics that the articles that I want to write, not just the outlines. So for example, let's say that I want to build a brand new website around green tea, right? So now I cannot just publish an article, right? One article. I'll be writing maybe 30 articles, but I don't know what those 30 articles would be. So if I just enter my niche keyword, like a main keyword, we can probably like get different keywords and then generate about, let's say, a good 20 topics of the article. And then they have 20 article topics ready. Now they can go ahead and start writing for each of those topics and start generating content around it, because then you can actually have a good topical content website. This can be very handy, especially if you're doing a lot of affiliation. So there's another one very good use case that one of the users are actually doing right now. They have started building a lot of Amazon affiliation website, where they have started building up multiple blogs, and they are doing a very heavy niche driven entire blog, where that blog just talks about that one niche only. Such articles are often going to rank a lot higher versus if you are covering all sorts of different content, right? So then in such a case, you can just throw in your affiliation link from Amazon or any other network that you want, and then you can start generating affiliation money. Now you can start such niches at a very rapid pace, which earlier was very difficult, right? So even if you had, let's say, like one writer, your one writer can handle like 2 to 3 different niches for you at that point of stage, right? So you can start growing your niches. You can start this as a side hustle project. And again, there are plenty of ways that we're going to be talking about in the next webinar, guys. But again, let's move on to the further questions. Next question is from Andy. If I write content using Scalenut and then edit and check plagiarism before publishing, is there any possibility to get Google recognized and hit the content due to majority content is written by AI? No, it won't. Again, Google cares about you supplying the data to them, right data and very precise data, right? And as I said, AI is not to be used as a copy-paste solution. You have to put in 10% of the effort that is going to be manual, right? So you have to refine and write quality articles. AI is already doing a good job, but do a bit of editing and ensure that the final output is so refined that anyone who reads it gets the knowledge out of it, right? Don't just throw random things. That's not how AI works. AI is here not to replace humans. Remember that AI is here to improve the productivity of every human. That's the power of AI. I'm going to move on to the next question. Will there be a recording of this webinar? Yes, there will be a recording, but it will be available after up to in next 72 hours because the processing time do take time, guys. Moving on to the next question. Will you bring a feature that can notify over optimization? I think that's a great feature suggestion.
Yeah.
Fair. We'll pick that.
Yeah, because sometimes we get so obsessed about optimization that we start on putting in every keyword in the world, right? I think that's a great suggestion, Shahriar. Thank you so much for that. Moving on to the next question. Vijay is saying output looks quite impressive. You can use already written content. Definitely, Vijay. You already saw there is an import option available. You can just import the content and then just start optimizing your existing content and just update it. Done. You're all sorted at that point of stage. Moving on to the next question. One of the features on the roadmap is sentimental analysis. Can you please share a bit about this in terms of ETA?
Sentiment analysis, it's in work, guys. Should be out in next couple of weeks, I would say.
Perfect. So I'm going to move on to the next question. When are additional languages going to be added? I think once the Scalenut team builds out all of the core features like rephrase, plagiarism, and all of those things, I think it makes more sense to work on languages after that. But maybe we can prioritize few languages, based on the community feedback and see if we can put few languages before the end of the year at least.
Yes, and we would request everybody to drop in just a feature request on on our roadmap. You can go to the website and just submit your feature request. That would really help us prioritize the entire.
Oh, that's a great one. Gaurav, can you share your screen again and just share that feedback link and URL with users as well?
Yeah.
Can you quickly share your screen so that everyone can see? Guys, just head to feedback.scalenut.com. Just please go over here, whatever languages you want, whatever feature suggestion you have, just drop them over here, please. Because this way, what will happen is the team would know exactly what to build next, right? And if you see, before writing any new suggestion, please make sure that you check if there is an existing suggestion already. In that case, just hit the upload button. And again, the features are going to be pushed based on what you guys want to be prioritized. And as you can see, there are no languages that everyone has voted for that is a top priority, right? So until they reach there, the languages will not be there. But if you feel language is a top priority, start upvoting it, right?
Yeah.
It will completely depend upon you guys because it's 100% user-driven roadmap. So let them know what you guys want and they will be working on the same. Moving on to the next question. How to improve the grading of content like from F to B? Or even A if possible. Nikhil, as you saw, we started with F and then we gradually move towards B. As you start optimizing, as you start using more NLP words, as you start adding more FAQs, and as you start writing lengthier articles, it will eventually move to A. Maybe Gaurav, if you guys can probably publish an article on Scalenut's blog, how to improve your grading score inside Scalenut from F to A. Writing down all the points that one should cover in terms of the best practices to hitting the A score. I think that will be great for everyone so that they can actually make sure that those contents are written in that specific way only.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll do that.
The next one. Udit, your cam lighting is awesome. You are in a movie star mode. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on to the thanks so much, Joe, for that. I'm going to move on to the next one. It's from Taif. Any keyboard shortcuts for H, H2, H3, etc.?
Not right. I mean, we don't have it right now.
Right now, they only have it for the write for me button and I think rewrite button.
Yeah, Control K and Command K and Command Shift K.
Perfect. Next question. How can we pick the perfect title for the article? I think that is going to be very subjective. Once you see the first one that hits your mind, just pick that. Think as a user, I would always say. Moving on to the next question. What's the background to keep the name Scalenut?
I think I did cover that. The whole idea was that how we can sort of like help scale, right, businesses like in their different problems. So that was the whole idea about Scalenut.
Great. Akshay is asking, what about Chrome extension? Akshay, what do you want in a Chrome extension? Just head to feedback.scalenut.com and just write a new post over there. Create a new feedback saying you want a Chrome extension, and what do you want in Chrome extension? Please do let them know at the same time. Moving on to the next question is from Lena. If we write article from AI technologies, will it not be same for another user? No way, it will not be. AI is smart enough, right? There is no way. And plus you're using plagiarism on top of that. So AI can write like one sentence probably in like millions of ways. So there is no way it's gonna have that issue at any point of stage. Okay, moving on to the next question. Isn't it bad thing to deduct credits to generate content? That is apparently how AI credit works. I think this question is anonymous. So again, use the best practices. We will be having this replay available. You can watch them, follow exactly the pattern mentioned. And as you saw, Gaurav probably only reused about 100 words. That's it, right? Not more than that. So just follow those best practices and you get things right away at that point of stage. And if you're really worried about credits, go for plan D. Again, you don't have to worry about it. A lot of users have already got it. We have roughly around 100 licenses left now. Guys, this 100 licenses is going to fly by very soon and it's not coming back. There is nothing I can do. Mayank himself is not going to do anything. So the only thing I can probably do is bring in a yearly deal for that unlimited credit. So if you want an LTD, this is the last chance you have. Moving on to the next question. Is there a built-in plagiarism checker? Again, is going to be coming up very soon. Next question is from John. If understood well, creating this 1500 word article will cost 2500 credit with all the contents related while writing. No, Johan, it's going to cost you 1500 plus. Maybe we deleted about 150 words. So it is just going to cost us roughly around 1650 words. That's it. Not more than that. If you can go bigger, then you can definitely do that. If you don't like something, if you want to keep on rewriting, then definitely it's going to utilize, right? And if you're importing your existing content, that is not counted as a credit used because you have already written that content on your website. So then you can start enhancing your existing contents at that point of state. So 1500 plus 150, so roughly about like 1650 credits were used for that. 1650 word credit was used. So even if you get the base plan, you still have what, like 8,400 words still left, which is a lot, by the way. But again, if you are panicking about it, just go for plan D. Moving on to the next question. Chris, he already got the top tier. Congratulations, Chris, for making a very wise choice and decision. Moving on to the next question. Taif is asking, sometimes I can see some formatting issues. Is there a raw HTML view to fix any errors?
So there are some formatting issues which we are aware of, and they are being fixed as we speak. However, there are sometimes formatting issues happen from the AI output perspective. Make sure that you use any of the integrated tools to just format your content in that.
Perfect. I'm going to move on to the next question. Ravi, there are 3 questions from Ravi. Would there be a inbuilt plagiarism checker? Definitely yes. How is the write with AI generate different from GPT tools? So Ravi, what they have done is they have built a lot of filters and contents and everything and scraping around it so that it gives you a way better content than you just directly going and using and generating anything inside GPT-3, which is OpenAI itself. Because that's a playground that is not going to give you this level of optimization, right? NLP keywords, you would not know what to write about, right? You cannot just click button and just copy and paste the content. That's not the point of writing content. You have to ensure that the content that you're generating adds value to your reader's life. If you're just going to paste content and expect it to rank, that is not how it works. And this is why I'm telling you, that 10% effort is very important. You can take it to a whole new level by going on Unsplash, just downloading some relevant images, right? So I can go on Unsplash, type in green tea over there, get some images from there, and just download that images. So that's where I was talking about the beautification feature, right? Just do a bit of beautification, add bold, italic, all of those things. That's how you do an article that someone would really enjoy reading. And when you give them a bit of visual appearance as well, you can do that. And as you can see, those features are already available over here. So the integration is already available, right? So let's add one of these images. Done, guys. Again, that easy, right? So that is how you use things. Or if you still want more contents and more images, you can get unlimited photos, which is available on PitchGround. So again, if you don't want that, there's already an option available. All the stock footages are already over here. Again, guys, they have taken care of all of these things. You do not have to worry about any of these things. It's really damn simple. Please do not miss out on this deal, guys, please. And especially Plan D, there's less than 100 codes left now. Do not miss out. I'm telling you guys will regret later on. Joe, can you please get in touch with us for the payment plan? We'll probably look into it and sort it out. Just send an email to udit@pitchground.com. Minan, can you just drop in my email for Joe?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next question. We have already answered all the plagiarism question, guys. So Praveen, concept feature is going to be coming out. The ETA will be posted by Gaurav in next few days, shortly in the community itself. Fact check again, Akshay, concept feature is going to come out that will cover everything for you. Joe is asking, convert block. There are two features I need the most in the modules. First, convert block to text to bullet points, and convert bullet points into block of text. Can these be implemented? Great suggestion.
So bullet to blog, and what else?
Block of text into bullet points, and bullet points into a block of text.
Oh yes, absolutely. So bullet point to block of text is already there in the templates.
Can you show that quickly?
I'll show that. That's okay. If I see the templates here, then heading to paragraph is already there. So if you write any bullet here, for example, green tea health reduce. Okay, okay, my bad. I missed it. Okay, yeah, kind of there, right? The other one that you talked about is text to bullets, right?
Yeah. So I think this is heading to paragraph. What he was asking is, I input this paragraph and it should generate pointers and bullet points out of this. Okay. And then if I enter bullet points, it needs to generate vice versa, basically. So I think this is a great suggestion.
No, yeah, fair. So I'm saying, is there something else required? So bullet point to paragraph, it's already there. So we just wrote weight loss and sort of bullet point to paragraph is there, right? And paragraph to bullet point, I've already noted down.
Perfect. What's the use case of new request? Which request are you talking about, MD? Can you please elaborate? Okay, I'm going to move on further. If you're going to do this long term, dare to post your content on the net and let us see how it will rank over time. Let's walk the talk. If I can create a blog live and I can do this, right? I can share a case study with you guys live. So let's game on, guys. Let's do it. It's going to be fun. And also at the same time, once it starts getting traffic, I'll also show you guys that we can sell it at a very decent price, right? So thank you so much, Taif. We love challenges. I love challenges, right? I've thrived on challenges for the last 14 years. That's what has thrived me as a marketer, and as a marketer, I love challenges, right? So I'm gonna like figure out a domain and everything. Work out on a niche. I'm gonna discuss this with Mayank. Work out on a niche, and we'll start live with you guys, right? Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next question. Thank you so much for that, Taif. Do NLP terms have any credit limits?
So each report is a report limit, right? Within report, you will get whatever NLP terms are there. So for example, plan A has 15 reports per month and plan D is unlimited.
Perfect. Jeannie, we've already shown you a live article. You can head to pitchground.com/blog, see a ton of content that we have posted using AI. Everything is there right in front of you guys. MD is asking, why did you start Scalenut? I think we've already shared the story, MD.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next question. It's from Jeannie. It's for you, Gaurav. What about the readability score? We want to go below 8th grade readability, because for SEO, below 8th grade gets benefit from search engines.
No, nothing like that. I think search engine does not give preference to any of these. It's about the kind of user persona, right? For example, if you're writing for CEOs, you might not write the 4th grade readability, right? But if you're writing for a B2C user, very plain English, a mid-school kind of an English might just help. For example, we were writing for green tea benefits. So that's about your user persona. If a CEO is reading a 4th grade article, you might not be like just enjoying it. So yeah, that's how you read.
Awesome. Moving on to the next question is from Ashraful. How the tool will deal with best product reviews?
I didn't get that.
Yeah. What does that mean?
So the question is, how will the tool deal with the best product review? So you often, like, people write, right? For example, best AI article writer, for an example, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So best product reviews, right? So I think the same answer, right? If you do a content research for a specific product review, it will show you anything and everything from Google right now, right? Like the same thing we saw questions from Quora, Reddit, and the competition hashtag. So I think it'll work exactly similar way. I don't sort of see a difference there.
Okay, guys, just to answer that, please Google best AI copywriting tools and you will see PitchGround on page 2. And Scalenut is ranked number 1 on that. Again, guys, everything is there right in front of you guys, right? Again, Gaurav, maybe you can quickly share your screen and show that result as well so people can see live, right? Again, we are not just doing talking, right? As Taik was saying, we're doing talking the walk thing.
But what's the keyword to this?
Best AI copywriting tool. Tool, sorry. S with S. Yeah, let's go to page 2. Okay, can you do Control F? Let's see, where is it for you? It's for me on page 2.
Could be geographical difference.
It's on page 2, right? We showed live in front of you guys. Check that out. It's ranking, right? So again, it took about 20% of manual effort over here, but there you go, guys. It can be done. That's the point, right? So people will start looking for these kind of things, right? So we have written things accordingly. We have shown you live, guys. We have been using the tool since quite some time. We've been writing things since quite some long time. We are showing this right in front of you, right? So that's how you deal with it. It will take time, right, to work on such kind of articles. It will take a bit of time to optimize things. For such kind of articles, instead of 30 minutes, it might take you 1 hour, right? But that is still better than you doing manual work that's going to take you 5, 6, 7 hours, right? That is still getting done in 1/7 of the time. That's the whole goal of an AI. We showed you live. It's ranking on page 2 already for the keyword. It's already on page 2. I just have to throw a bit of backlinks, which we're not really focusing on right now. The moment I do that, within maybe a month or 2, it will move to page 1 right away. So again, it's on page 2. We showed right in front of you guys. So it produces result and we're showing you the live result, guys. So let's move on to the next question. So I hope, Ashraful, that answers your question. That too with actual result, guys. Okay, next question. How about the integration with WordPress, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Pabbly, Zapier, Canva in video? It's a writing tool, Ahmad. It's not a social media publishing tool. So I don't think that features are going to come unless, Mayank, I'm wrong.
There are certain integrations specifically, again, not in the immediate future, but when it comes to distribution, that is something which is close to our heart, right? We'll definitely be releasing certain integrations probably next quarter, like for example WordPress, or it could be like even Shopify or Webflows. So that's like work in progress.
Perfect. Or maybe we can just start integrating with tools like Publer, Buffer, and so on, right? Making it a lot more easier at that point of stage.
Medium and all of those things
exactly,
will also be there. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that will be there.
Next question is from Mashraful. How long will the lifetime deal exist? Get it. Trust me, the way the codes are flying by, I don't even think we will be able to give you a right notice that it's going to end in X days or Y days. Get it. If you need it, get it right now. Do not wait for the last day. We know that during last days, people miss out. We get hundreds of tickets after that, people requesting, and unfortunately, we have to deny because once the deal is over, it's over, guys. Do not wait. If you like something and if you think this is going to help your business, why do you want to wait for 2 months, right? In those 2 months, look at the amount of this blog post that we have written that is already ranking, right? So you're losing the opportunity cost if you're actually going to wait for the next 2 days, guys. Do not miss out, please. Moving on to the next question. What's the difference between short and long form? As you already saw, short forms are like those snippets of content, 2 lines, 3 lines, descriptions, bullet points, paragraphs, ADA format. All of these are like short forms, and then long forms is the whole SEO optimized article that you're writing. Moving on to the next question. Are you going to see any SEO metrics in near future, like keyword difficulty, PA, when doing any sort of competitive analysis?
So when we pick up the keyword module, then we will pick up that.
Perfect. So that's in the roadmap. Our next question: how does Scalenut deal with travel-related articles? I think pretty much like any other niche, it will do absolutely fine. Just follow the format. That's all is required. As long as you're feeding the right initial information to AI will keep on improving, right? So the first 100 word would be difficult. The next 500 words would be easier. The next 500 words would be a lot more easier. The next 1000 words would be a lot more easier because by then AI would exactly know what you need. This is the nature of AI, by the way. AI works on data. So that is how AI works, and no one can change the way AI works. Moving on to the next question. We have a few clients who are technical coaches. They train on business simulation, cyber securities. Tried many tools, but no luck. Will Scalenut help blog writing for these topics?
Yeah, I mean, it should work. Give it a spin.
Perfect. Kiran, again, feed the right data. That's all. As long as you're giving the right data to AI, AI will start figuring out from there.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next question. How does Scalenut compare the NLP with other? We have already answered this. The next question is, can we duplicate this green tea benefit content page and create a second tab with Scalenut? That's actually a great feature request.
That's basically like Google Docs, I think.
Yeah, kind of like different tabs, basically.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming very soon then?
Not very soon, but I'm taking a note of that.
Okay, that's going to be in the roadmap, guys.
Far too many features for very soon, honestly.
All right. Chris is saying we should call everyone squirrels, all the Scalenut users. I like that. Hey, squirrels. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Scalenut to WordPress plugin, when it's going to happen?
Yeah, we covered that, right? Like in terms of integrations, close to our heart, we'll definitely like be working on it next quarter.
Perfect. My previous request in community, we want to see a live pillar or page start from finish. We've already showed you one article on Green Tea. We have written from scratch. I've already shared one article that is already ranking on page 2, guys, with a bit of backlink and stuff. I think probably in like next 1 month, we'll move to page 1. Then page 1 to first rank journey is always time consuming, right? Because the article was just published a while back. So it should be coming out very soon. What is the sustainability strategy of Scalenut? So Mayank, this question is for you.
Yeah. So we honestly like very hardcore believers in sustainability. We have worked in startups which have like scaled massively, became unicorns very quickly, and then crashed and came back from near death. So we have seen how money comes, money goes, and what happens if you burn, if you don't burn. So like we've seen a lot of those cycles. Sustainability is the key, right? And hence, like when we were discussing about, the number of licenses and things like those with Udit, and we were like very clear. We did like, whatever we could stretch to, we did that, just to ensure that, and we have seen companies, in this space or other spaces, they will come, they will offer deals, and they will evaporate after a few months, or, after a year or two, or get acquired or something like that. We are here to become like a single stop solution for content intelligence, right? And this will become one of the largest in the space. That is something which we are very clear, right? Good thing is we are fairly well connected. We already have raised funds. We are very careful in spending that money. Sustainability is core to our heart, and we have like very good amount of runway in terms of money. And as you said, these are limited lifetime deals, and soon we'll be moving to recurring revenue model as well, right? And somebody was asking about, and I'll address that as well, about AppSumo and things like those. We are very clear, like lifetime deals limited, the best possible prices from Scalenut ever. It's not going to get better, and probably no more lifetime deals in future, not in the immediate term. So very core to sustainability and that way. I hope that answers.
If you want right now, don't wait, guys. I'm telling you, if the deal is over, it's going to be over. There's absolutely nothing we'll be able to do about it, because these guys are hardcore. They want to start doing MRR, right? Because they're
100%.
They're going to be raising soon again, I think. So most likely that requires recurring income.
Yeah.
So they're going to be pushing for that. And plus their product is already top notch, where Mayank, Gaurav, Saurav, all of them comes from an enterprise background. They have insane connections with enterprises, right? Where they are just a call away from closing the deal, basically, right? So that's not a problem with sustainability. The only reason why we are even doing lifetime deals is because we love you guys, right? And we love how the community gives the feedback, right? Each one of us are part of life, right? This webinar, it's so joyful to share all of this information with you guys, to see you guys growing and coming so many case studies coming out of companies, and all of you really succeeding. This is the core of PitchGround, is seeing these small businesses like yours succeeding, right? Growing with even the smallest of the percentage of efforts that we put in. And that's why the webinars are such a core heart at PitchGround, that we use this education first approach is to educate you and make you an informed buyer, right? And how you can really use and benefit to the growth of you and your company. That is what PitchGround is all about. And the support and love that you guys share is just incredible. And I'm truly blessed to have a community like this and a family like this, where I can come in and just share everything with you guys, right? And the way you guys reciprocate, it's brilliant. So truly thank you to each one of you for all the love and support that you guys show, especially during the webinar. And we really hope that these webinars and products really change your life in a way that it was very difficult earlier. And also, like, thanks to founders like Mayank, Gaurav, Saurabh, for building such amazing products, right? And agreeing to doing a lifetime deal itself, that itself is in a real blessing, because we know the cost associated to run products in the long term, right? So truly thankful and grateful for them for doing this and continuously building the product based on the user feedback, right? Based on the community feedback. And again, thank you so much for everything, guys. Before I get more emotional, I'll move on to the next question. We have more questions. We're already in the Lord of the Ring session. So let's move on to the next one. Chris is asking, kindly consider increasing the team members to 10 from current limit of 5. Chris, you can always buy 2 licenses. You have 10. If you have a 10 people agency, you're already doing very well. Congratulations. Moving on to the next question. Can write AI programmed pick NLP terms as well? Yes, it's already picking that, Kaushal. Moving on to the next one. This is an interesting question for you guys. Does Scalenut restrict religious content?
No, we don't do that.
Okay, Praveen, I hope that answers your question. So Sudhakar is asking, I'm a freelancer, sole proprietor, have registered few domains related to my business with keywords in the domain names. I'm using WordPress to develop them, but not all good at content writing. So purchasing this plan A is appropriate thing. How it will really help me generate the article showing up in the webinar right now. Again, Sudhakar, just follow the steps that we shared earlier in this webinar. The replay would be available, so do not worry or panic. You can just go back, see the replay, pause it, and move forward at your own pace. The whole webinar is fully recorded and it will go live in the next 72 hours. And plus, we were doing these kind of sessions every week until Scalenut is available as a product. So there will be 3, 4, 5, 7 webinars done. We'll be sharing out plenty of live case studies. As you saw with PitchGround blog itself, we'll be sharing more case studies. We'll be doing live workshops and sessions that will inspire you guys to even get going. So we'll be doing plenty of things, guys. Just stay tuned. And 10,000 words, if you feel that is more than enough for you, Stakar, then go ahead with plan A in that case. Sarang is asking, are you planning for in dark mode?
Not right now.
Perfect. Any boss mode? When is it coming?
Boss mode, good question. So if you see, the boss mode is kind of already there, right? So for example, I'll try to show you how.
So boss mode is more like the contents are like 250 words with a single click rather than 50 words, for an example.
Okay, that point. Okay, I thought it's like you write a question and then it answers.
No, it's more like coughing out like more words instead of like smaller ones. So maybe we can probably do something like small, medium, and large, where small would be, let's say, like 20, 30 words that it's doing right now. And also remember that when you do a smaller chunk of words, AI is always able to produce better content. And if you just give it a 300, 400 word content in a flow, it might not give you appropriate at the initial stage, but great at the later stage. So maybe, Mayank, what we can do is probably do like small, medium, and large, where small is, let's say, 30 words, medium is 100 words, and large is maybe 250 words, right? So this way people can pick what they want when it comes to generating. So always start with small, move to medium, and then probably the last 500 contents can be large, because again, the whole formatting is done, everything is done. So the last piece of 500 content is something I think it can work out pretty well.
Fair.
Awesome. Perfect. Moving on to the next one. Do NLP terms have credit limit? No, Shan, we have just answered. Whatever report that it generates, it has all the NLP terms that you want per report. Moving on, GPT-4 is coming in the near future. Again, no one knows when it's going to come, but whenever it's going to come, probably like they will test out. It will be a new technology again, so we'll have to ensure that it works flawlessly, because a lot of years and efforts have put into GPT-3. So let's see how it works out. So let's not worry about GPT-4 right now if it's not out at the moment. Moving on to the next question. Can we modify our own templates? This is what I was talking about in terms of recipe, Mayank, earlier, that do you plan to add these recipes where people can create their own templates and share it with other people as well?
Or you want to pick this up, like on currently might not be like immediate action at our end, but I'll still ask like got to comment on it.
Perfect. Gan is asking what other languages are supported other than English. Gan, only English is supported as of now. More languages are going to come down the road. Head to feedback.scalenut.com and add in your preferred languages. Ask your friends, family, community, everyone to vote on the language, and most likely we'll push that up. Sudhakar is asking, can I buy Plan A in days time? Definitely you can buy in days time. We have enough codes to last for few days. So definitely Sudhakar, but again, if we get sold out, the plans are sold out, it's going to be sold out. There's going to be no more codes added. You are seeing this as a recorded session. There's going to be no codes, guys. It's as simple as that. So with that, I think we wrap up all of the question. Yes, it was another Lord of a Ring marathon session of 2.5 hours, guys. Wow.
Damn.
We have people still live on the webinar. That's incredible, guys. I hope you guys found value in this webinar. If you did, just type value. Let me see how many of you find this webinar very valuable outside of the product alone. Taf is in Malaysia and it's midnight. Past midnight, he's still online just for this.
Value nuts.
Awesome, guys.
Value nuts. Yeah.
All your webinars are valuable. Definitely, that's the goal. So Praveen is asking, did we break Scalify's record? We're very close. Scalify was almost 3 hours plus. We're half an hour away from that. But guys, next webinar is going to be even more massive because we'll be doing live workshop. That means we'll make you guys ride along with us, right? That will be real fun because it will be kind of like the group activities that we used to do during like college days, right? So we'll make sure that that is here so that will inspire you to get going, because when you publish a few articles, you'll get the form, you'll get going, and when you see the results, that's when it excites you, because we all wait for that results, right? And when we start seeing that results, it's fun, it's pleasure, right? As you can see, slowly PitchGround articles have started ranking in Google, and that's going to start bringing all those traffic and sales to us, right? People who are discovering new things, they're going to start seeing all of these things. That's how you grow your business. And this is why it's very important. I wrote an article today that inorganic marketing is the best way of growing your organic marketing, right? So we couldn't publish all of these costly articles earlier. So we went in inorganic during the initial stages. Now we're focusing on organic growth at the same time that is leading to further growth. That's how you do and grow your business and reach to new heights, guys. Start implementing and open up new channels. And as I said, in 2025, if you move on after next 5 years, you will tell yourself, I wish I would have started with SEO back in 2021. Don't do that, right? This is what happens, right? We miss out on opportunities. Do not miss out, because in the next 5-10 years, the internet will be further flooded with contents. You want to make sure you get in early, right? Grow in early, get those early users right now so that you can then reinvest that money back into your business, right? So make sure you get Scalenut, guys. And again, split payment links. Minang, can you just reshare the link once again for everyone?
Sure.
I think we've covered all of the questions, guys. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's time to reveal the last winner. Mayank, this is what we call as the founders question round. Mayank, Gaurav, if you guys have to pick one question, which is your favorite question out of all of them, pick one, and that person gets a Scalify code. Which question just intrigued you? Like, oh my God, interesting.
Mayank, I did tell you about this.
Yeah, Gaurav, you have something. Otherwise, I do have one which I liked.
You go ahead, Mike.
All right. I really like the question from MD, like what's a sustainable strategy of Scalenut? So while a lot of questions were around, features, and they were absolutely valuable and it will help define the strategy, but till the time companies not sustainable, none of those features are going to get built. So sustainability is very important, especially when users invest in LTD deals, right? LTD, it's very important that company survives. I mean, so yeah, love that question. Very pertinent.
MD, are you online by any chance? Because if you're not, then we'll have to pick another question. MD? MD1? MD3?
Is he talking in the questions?
5? Nope. I think MD is not here anymore. So Mayank, unfortunately, you'll have to pick another question. So
right. Gaurav, you want to?
I'll pick.
MD Bilal, is his name is MD Bilal Hossain Sarkar?
Yes.
yeah.
I'm looking at MD Kaisar Kabir.
Okay, got it. So that's a different MD. So yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So someone asked about how can I create 30 topics with one topic and then keep writing about it. So more like pillar post.
Who was a person?
Don't remember. Let's figure out.
Can you please check the Q&A section?
If that person is online, maybe just like.
No, everyone will say they asked that.
No, we will of course cross check like good practicing.
Okay. So until then, we can choose the Instagram winner. And until Gaurav finds that question, we can choose the Instagram winner. So for the Instagram, our stories our Instagram is just blowing up, and I'm sure Scalenut's Instagram is already getting tagged so many times. So the winner for the Instagram giveaway is Jessica Daniel VA. Please message us. This is your profile. If you're still here, please message us on our Instagram, and we would get you a Scalenut lifetime deal. Congratulations, Jessica.
Awesome, Jessica. Congratulations on winning. Are you online? Jessica 1. Jessica 2. Oh, there you go, Jessica.
Oh,
Oh,
congrats,
Jessica.
congrats. So,
Congrats, drop in your email
Ah,
so that our team can reach out to you and add Scalenut in your account. Make sure that you are giving us your PitchGround email address, please, so that we can add the product in your PitchGround account so that you can redeem and start generating these awesome contents for your blog and for your business.
and
100%.
Again, back to
I think MD is also here. He just messaged.
I think this was
you just got
Ask
lucky.
that question.
Ah, this is interesting. This is like a comeback. Wow. This is the very first time that's happening on this webinar.
MD
Yeah.
probably heard his name even when he was offline that he has won.
Oh, this is
Right,
interesting.
MD. Just give us your email address so that our team can reach out to you. Drop in your email address in the chat so that our team can make sure your email address is the same that you have used to register with PitchGround, so that we can just directly add in your account and you will be getting an email right away as soon as we add that in your account. So please do this right now so that we can add in the next few minutes itself. If you probably delay it, it might take longer for us to do that. With that, guys, it's the end of the webinar. We thank you so much for coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed and had a great 2.5 hours of learning time. You learned something new, you learned something exciting. And more than that, I hope you're going to start implementing all of the strategies that we shared. We're going to be coming back next Wednesday with another webinar with Gaurav and Saurabh and Mayank at the same time. And we're going to be sharing some kick-ass for the strategy with you guys, because you remember, your growth is our growth, right? So if we fail to help you grow, we fail to grow at that point, right? We're going to make sure that we are going to help you guys grow at all point of stages, right? Minan, can you just copy down Jessica's email address? It's in the chat.
Oh, yes. Jessica has messaged us on our Instagram as well. So,
With that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, go back to PitchGround group. Just write in if you enjoyed this webinar. Write your review about it if you can. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next webinar. Make sure that you head to events.pitchground.com to checking out tomorrow's webinar. It's again going to be a very interesting one. You're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to learn about empathy, right? How we drive sales using empathy. You're going to learn that tomorrow. If you want to learn that, if you want to learn the psychology of marketing, do join us tomorrow. Until then, guys, have a great one, everyone. Good night and good morning and good afternoon to the people in the US. Good evening to the people in Asia and Europe. Have a great one, guys.
have a great one, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.